Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray that the Most High blesses this lesson this afternoon, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, we're going to talk about the situation going on with George Floyd and how it's nothing new, of course, and it's just the fulfillment of prophecy. As it is becoming keenly, people are becoming keenly aware that we are dealing with two gods of this world. You have the gods of the Gentiles that is pretty much only concerned with these people here having a good time. Their God is only concerned with them having a good time and never having to pay for the things that they have done. Their God, good times Jesus, allows them to pretty much rationalize any horrific, heinous act that they commit. And either their God says it's okay as long as they say Jesus, and then they try to force us into a position of forgiving them all the time. You always see that all the time. It's they kill us, put us down in the most heinous ways, while we know that they're, laughing when they're all together with their boys, with their people in private. They're laughing about how they just put us down and destroy us and kill us, and they always constantly get away with it. Not only that, but they also find some coon or some other person to come out of the woodworks to say that he would have wanted us to forgive them. It didn't look like that when the guy had his knee on his neck for many minutes, for almost 10 minutes. Didn't seem like he was praying for their forgiveness. He wanted to live. And these people just sat there, and let him die. The cops, sat there. The three of them were holding him down and restraining him. One was on his neck, and one was, out there guarding and making sure that none of the people in the public went in and attempted to do anything or to stop what was going on. Then, in order to appease the public, they quickly fired these four cops, but then they didn't let you know about I saw a video about the arbitration where they can go to arbitration later on and get their jobs back and then get back pay as well, which is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to, get the situation to, simmer down. And then when everything's kind of calm and quiet, let them go to arbitration and give these guys their jobs back. You see that? And that's been what they've been doing for these last, few hundred years they've been here. They might sit there and say, yeah, I'm with you. I understand your pain. I understand your anger. But then, as soon as everybody calms down, they just pretty much go back to status quo. So like I said, there's a power here that controls this world, just like it talks about in Job. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked are controlling this earth. They've been controlling this earth. But see, now that we're at the end and we are rising up and we're getting more knowledge and understanding, we can see through their lies. When we hear people talking about, our brother right here, who I said had his life snuffed out, and we already know that he's up in the heavens underneath that altar asking for the Most High to recompense these people. Like the Most High said, he's waiting for that number. And then when that number is fulfilled, the Most High is going to unleash on this world. When people understand what's going on, and they really start to do some research, they quickly see that many things that they've been taught make no sense. Another one of the subscribers sent me a video. Well, no, actually, it was an article talking about these pastors. One famous what was it, like guitarist or whatever else, some Christian rock band or whatever, ended up leaving Christianity because he felt that there was a lot of discrepancies. And that's exactly it. He's and what was crazy was that it was like a long post that he left. And I read the post and it was just like he's talking about how, the Bible doesn't make any sense. He goes, there's a God in the Old Testament that seems like he's angry about everything. Then all of a sudden you get to the New Testament and you got a brand new God who just loves everybody, and how it just doesn't make any sense. And we're like, exactly. It doesn't make any sense because the churches have come up with a religion that is really based off of nothing as far as our power is concerned. Our power talked about these days and how they were going to be, that these other nations were going to be given his chosen people. They were going to be given control. So the heathen have been in control of the Most High's chosen people. And the heathen were supposed to follow what the Most High said. But he knew that they were going to go and do their own thing. This is an Enoch, 70 shepherds. Again, another book that the gods of this world don't want you to read. So therefore, they say these books are no good. But these books are playing out daily. We're going to read a little bit of that right now. So like I said, they took the Bible, and they pretty much take out all the precepts so they can give you their breakdown, which has nothing to do with what you're seeing right now. Our people, they ignore the death and destruction. I mean, how do you kill a person in broad daylight on what is it, on phones, on video, and somehow these people are still not arrested, not charged. Even if they get charged, nothing's gonna happen to them. They do that stuff just for a show. We already understand that because that's what's been going on over and over again. But they're gonna understand pretty soon it's not gonna be for show anymore. The Most High is closing the chapter on these Gentiles, closing the chapter on their time, and he's exposing them. It's just now, like I said, I saw that thing with was it Will Smith, about how racism hasn't changed, it's just now getting filmed. These are all the things that we've been dealing with this entire time. But now the racism is being filmed. So like I said, we're going to take a look at a couple things here because it's just funny how it all plays out the same thing. They kill our people. All of a sudden, people are like, oh, trying to show some solidarity. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. Then all of a sudden, some building gets burnt down. Then everything shifts to, oh, I'm down with you guys, but I'm not down with the looting. I said, well, hold on. And a lot of times, it's a bunch of Gentiles. Oh, I'm not down with the looting. How did you get this country? How did you get what you have? Did you get it by peaceful means or did you take it? So you're in no position to sit here and talk about how people should react and how they shouldn't react. Because everything that they've done, you've done a million times worse. If you want to talk about us looting, you've looted an entire country. You want to talk about us getting angry, you guys get angry for being stuck in your house for 8 weeks. And you show up with guns and you show up to try to intimidate people, in order to get what you want, like you're a 2-year-old kid. If you talk about, being aggressive, who's been the ones that have been most aggressive to try to use the blessing that the Most High has given them, the sword, at any opportunity they can? See, these are the biggest hypocrites. But like I said, this is their heaven. This is as good as it's going to get for you. And the Most High is about to take you down. And he said, just like this lady right here, when she called, that was ridiculous. When she was calling the police on the bird watcher, who just had told her to put her, to pretty much just have her dog, leashed. And you can see, if you watch the video, at first it's kind of like she's all calm. But then towards the end, she starts getting all hysterical, making it sound like she's being attacked. How many times has this happened? See, now it's just being filmed. We're going to talk a little bit about Black Wall Street. Same thing. False accusations. And then what did they do? Did they let due process go? No, they didn't do that. They went ahead and burned a whole city down, killed hundreds of people. Since they didn't get their way, Because black wall, we'll talk about that in a little bit. No, no, not get into this, but when they do this is what they expect. Sitting here and killing this brother here in broad daylight. But see, the Most High said, this is why you guys hide books. This is why you guys hide information, because the Most High already said that this was going to happen. And see, where are all the churches at right now? Where are all the pastors talking about, well, they'll sit there and come out there. They'll just, the little dog and pony show. Yeah, this was horrible. I feel bad for the family. We need to forgive. That's what you're going to hear from these churches. We need to forgive. We need to let we don't know the whole, well, as that's what the Gentiles say, we don't know the whole story. I don't need the whole, I don't need to know the whole story. I see exactly what I need to see right here. A man is handcuffed down on the ground, telling you can't breathe, and then you don't move. Just remember though. And then not only that, there was a video circulating on social media showing all the police that were at that cop's house protecting him. It looked like there was hundreds of them. So we're in the middle of a pandemic. Supposedly we don't have a whole lot of money, but we got money for people just to stand around at one guy's house to supposedly protect him. Where was all these police to protect our people when they were accused of crimes? This guy's not even accused of a crime yet, but they're protecting him. Our people would get accused of crimes and there would be mobs outside, and they would just let the mobs come in and take our brothers and sisters and hang them, lynch them. But they don't do that for their people. See, and that's the whole thing. So they'll sit there and give you, the mayor will sit there and give you a little sob story about how, yeah, we feel your pain. We're going to fire these officers. Yeah, but we know you're going to rehire them later on. Yeah, we feel your guys' pain. We know what this cop did was absolutely ridiculous, but I'm going to put hundreds of cops in front of his house to protect him before he's even been punished, because you know what? He deserves his day in court. Did his brother get his day in court? Falsely accusing him of passing bad checks, which I heard wasn't true. It was a fake, I don't know, it was a fake $20 bill. But we can get fake $20 bills by going to an ATM or getting money from a store or whatever else. Was that worth death? But your time is coming to an end. And what's coming for you should terrify you. Because the Most High allowed what happened to our brother right here. The Most High allowed that to happen. So if he's going to allow that to happen to his own kids, his own children, what do you think is coming for you? The people who have aligned themselves with this world. We're going to read a little bit here from Enoch. And see, this is why I told you that we're dealing with two different gods. We're dealing with their God says 80 books only. Their God says this is the church of the Most High, the Catholics, the Christians, all these other religions. They're the ones that are going to lead you to the Most High. The gods of this world tell you don't read the books for yourselves. Let us explain them to you. The gods of this world say this isn't the real Book of Enoch. We have it hidden and you can't see it, but what you do have isn't the real thing. That's what the gods of this world say. They try to keep you from, they say, oh, the gods of this world tell you that the lands are over there in the so-called Middle East and everything happened over there in the so-called 3 parts in Europe and Africa and Asia, and nothing happened over here in the Americas. That's what their gods say. Our power started giving us this download way before they came up with the 80 books of the Bible. And this was a prophecy that was going to happen to our people. So this doesn't deal with them, so therefore they hide it. But at the end, the Most High said in 2 Esdras 14, he's going to bring out more books, more information, so we get more understanding. You're not going to get this out of the Bible, but you will get this out of the Book of Enoch. And tell me if this is not exactly what is playing out today and what has been playing out for the last few hundred years. He called also 70 shepherds and resigned to them the sheep. So he gave those shepherds, the Gentiles, the sheep of the people of the Most High, that they might overlook them. They're supposed to be, oh, hey, my sheep messed up. Here you go. Saying to them and to their associates. So you got it. You got the shepherds and they have associates, okay? Every one of you henceforth overlook the sheep, and whatsoever I command you, do, and I will deliver them to you numbered. I will tell you which of them shall be slain, these destroy. And he delivered the sheep to them. So he tells them who you can and can't kill. These guys have just gone crazy killing whoever it is that they want to do. They have certain laws and certain things they're supposed to be following. They're not following any of them. They're killing us. You know, what does a guy deserve death for maybe passing a fake $20 bill? Of course not. That's not even in their own laws. That's not a crime punishable by death. But they killed him anyways, and they're going to do everything in their power to pretty much cover the police, justice system, everybody, so that there's not going to be any justice for this brother right here, George Floyd. All right. So I will tell you which of them shall be slain, these destroy. And he delivered the sheep to them. Then he called to another and said, understand and watch everything which the shepherds shall do to these sheep, for many more of them shall perish than I have commanded. Now you see why this book is coming from our power and is showing you exactly what was going to happen to our people. That the shepherds are going to kill way more than they're supposed to. And see, just because they make up laws that protect them, just because they make up laws that protect their actions of killing our sheep, killing his Most High's chosen people, doesn't mean they're not going to have to pay. These police officers are going to have to pay. The people who are aligning with them and making jokes out of this stuff, they're going to have to pay. The Most High sees everyone. He's putting this stuff out front, and he's going to see, you know, what's really in people's hearts. Because the Most High is not going to come back and make excuses for people. The Most High is coming back to destroy. And as you can see, why? Of every excess and slaughter which the shepherd shall commit, there should be an account, as how many may have perished by my command, and how many they may have destroyed of their own heads. So there's a discrepancy, you know. It's making a discrepancy right here. There's some that the Most High told them they can kill, okay. But the ones that they've gone over with, there's going to be a payment for that. Of all the destruction by each of the shepherds, there shall be an account. And according to the number, I will cause a recital to be made before me. How many they have destroyed of their own heads, and how many they have delivered up to destruction, that I may have this testimony against them. So before the Bible, Most High already said that this is what was going to happen to the people. That we're going to be getting absolutely destroyed, killed by these shepherds, these Gentiles, and their associates. And that's exactly what has happened. Still happening. All right. All right. And that I may know all their proceedings. So Most High is recording everything. And that delivering to them, I may see what they will do, whether they will act as I have commanded them or not. So they're going to follow the Most High, or they're going to make up their own laws. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what they've done, made up their own laws. So these 4 police officers, you know, I said, do you think it would have taken our people this long if we were in power during the time that we were, you know, in our lands, and we had certain laws? They'd be executed much quicker. It's not like they do. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. We need to see the film. You guys don't know what happened before this. So therefore, I'm not going to, no. We need to make sure, we got to make sure we dot all our I's and cross all our T's before we even do anything. Just like in Georgia with Aubrey, and the fact that, thank God that they actually had videotape. Those guys killed that brother in, was it February? And the only reason they got put in jail is because of the video. Now, they've been doing this forever. They don't value our lives whatsoever. Okay? However, they shall be ignorant. This is really important. Neither shall you make any explanation to them, neither shall you reprove them. But there shall be an account of all the destruction done by them in their respective seasons. That is absolutely huge information. So again, these people have been killing our people and getting away with it forever. That's all part of the prophecies as well. See, they've been doing it when there was no video. So they've been killing our people and getting away with it the entire time. thinking that they're just because nothing ever happens to them, thinking that they're just killing our people because they always get away with it, thinking that our people don't have a power that sees anything. So therefore, they keep killing us and killing us and killing us. But that's all part of prophecy, not prophecy in the Bible, prophecy in the Book of Enoch. So let's read that part one more time. However, they shall be ignorant. Are these people ignorant of that they're killing the Most High's chosen seed? Yes. Are they ignorant that they're killing the Most High's chosen people every day? Yes. That's why this prophecy is so important. These people are ignorant of what they're doing, but the Most High is still keeping track of everything that they're doing, and they're going to have to pay for it. So when these people, choke our people out in the street, kill us, and they go back behind their closed doors, and they're like, "Oh, look, I killed another nigger, and now I'm going to get away with it." Most High sees that, because these aren't just some niggas that you're killing in the street. These are the Most High's chosen people, and the Most High is making it so that you don't even know what you're doing. He's making you mark yourselves. So we know that you guys go, after you, I'm sure these guys get together, go, get a couple beers, go in there and start talking about how, yeah, you see how he was crying. You see how he was, wailing. You see how, I had my knee in his neck and I ended up killing him. And, he was sitting there for like minutes, not non-responsive. And I just walked in, yeah, because I can get away with that because these people are nothing. Well, I'm sure that's exactly what you guys have been doing. You and people who are just like you, who are making up all these little videos trying to play games and act like it's a joke. Most High is marking all of you. You think you're real cool right now. You think you're badass right now because nothing's happening to you. That's what was already prophesied to happen. You aren't going to realize who you're killing. You're not going to realize who you're mocking. But you're about to. You're about to realize that you're going to have to pay. Many around you, your family members, are going to pay. It's not just going to be you. See, when the Most High dealt with us, he didn't just kill the individuals. He kills families, children, wives, animals that belong to you. The Most High doesn't play. Just like that Christian rock singer realized, man, I don't understand why the Most High in the Old Testament is always upset and angry. Well, that same upset and angry entity that you think is only in the Old Testament, he's upset and angry with you and how you treated his people as well. And see, your pastors and priests ain't going to tell you that. They're going to pretty much just make excuses so that you can go ahead and continue. Oh, it's okay. Just say Jesus and he'll forgive you. Yeah, good times Jesus might. But our power, the power of the Israelites, yeah, he don't play that. All this is going to be paid for. So again, let's read that 100 again. However, they shall be ignorant, neither shall you make any explanation to them. It's a waste of time trying to explain it to most of these people. Neither shall you reprove them, but there shall be an account of all the destruction done by them in their respective seasons. Then they began to kill and destroy more than it was commanded them. That's exactly what they've been doing this whole time. They didn't have to kill that brother the other day. They didn't have to kill George Floyd. That woman in the park, she knew what she was doing when she got on that phone call. These are demons. Just look at their faces. You can see the demons that are inside of them. She knew that if she can get the cops out there and say that this brother was over here, attacking her, then they were going to come in just thinking that right from jump, hoping that he'll get killed, hoping that he'll get dealt with. It says, and they left the sheep in the power of the lions, so that very many of them were devoured and swallowed up by lions and tigers, and wild boars preyed upon them. That tower they burnt and overthrew that house. Okay. Then I agreed extremely on account of the tower, and because the house of the sheep was overthrown. Now that's an angel talking. We'll get into that another time. But I've talked about this this many times, but it keeps replaying itself over and over again. This is nothing new. Now I kind of got this article here. It's a little bit about Black Wall Street. It's just so funny how you sit here and just listen to these people, and they talk about how, well, hey, I'm with you. I saw a couple of white guys, and it was funny because they were walking around with their guns, and it was something else on social media, and they were like, well, we're all here. We totally are down with the people who are protesting, but you got to protest peacefully. Did your people protest peacefully when they got here? Did your people try to live with the natives that were here peacefully, or did they just rape, rob, murder, and steal? See, you guys are in no position to tell people how they need to be reacting. Well, you can right now because this is your land and this is your time. But trust me, if you are on that side, when the Most High opens, the cracks the skies open, you're gonna realize real quick. Just like it says, the whole world, all the tribes of the world are gonna mourn when the Most High shows up, because they're gonna realize that they've been serving the other God, the God of this world, the God of this world that allows them to kill our people and makes excuses for them. That's what this world does. I don't want to hear, yeah, I'm here with you guys, but I don't want to hear any buts. Either you're down with the Most High chosen people or you're not. There's no middle ground. There's no, I'll do this with you if you guys do that. That's not how it's going to work. Most High, except he was around this whole time, getting the download, getting all the information from the angels about all the stuff that was happening to our people. So if one target gets burnt, I mean, we don't even know who burnt the target down. You're just assuming that it was that it was our people. You don't know that. We don't know who burnt the place down. But see, they always are trying to make these assertions that it's always our people that are doing all these horrible things. It's just amazing how, you know, it doesn't fail. There's a killing, and then all of a sudden something burns down, and then the whole media turns from, well, what they did, to, oh, well, I don't condone violence. Well, apparently you do condone violence, because our people are getting shot down and killed every day, and no one says, hey, no one, these people need to be arrested. These people need to go to jail. These people need to get this. No, they don't do that. It's always a switch. So this is talking about Black Wall Street. Now remember, now, these Gentiles came in and torched the entire city over the allegations of one woman that one of the brothers raped her or touched her or whatever. So what's the justification? And if you guys are so talking about how you guys are all about peace and love, why would you go in and burn an entire city down? Now, we're going to talk about one target, but your guys' history is you guys burn cities down. You guys kill, rape, rob, murder, and then destroy towns, destroy people. So you're in no position. You're in no moral position. And I don't want to hear, that wasn't me. Yes, that is you. Because this is the Most High is going to destroy everything. Maybe some people were in it, maybe some people were not. But the Gentiles that are not, the people who are not down with the Most High, they're all going to get it. Most High is not going to be like, oh no, you didn't do this, so I'm not gonna. No, that's not how it's gonna work. Because when the Gentiles came here, they took down our whole civilization. Men, women, children, old people, everything. So you don't think the same thing's gonna happen to you. This is a little bit about what was going on in Black Wall Street, but it just goes along with the whole thing about burning down stores and stuff like that. Like, you guys haven't done that. He said, that's your guys' MO. What are you guys talking about? This is exactly the stuff that you guys do. It says the police disregarded due process, arresting blacks and interning them in detention camps. Meanwhile, no whites were arrested. So you guys, deputized white people and allowed them to destroy Black Wall Street, burn it to the ground, destroy it. So according to Messer, the police force also contributed to the riot. Due to their ineffective leadership, they allowed mobs to gather at the courthouse for hours before seeking additional assistance. Furthermore, they actively participated in the riot by deputizing. So these white police officers were rioting, all because of an allegation of a woman that would turn out to be false. So there's a history of you guys rioting, and nothing even happened to you guys, but you guys got upset and use that situation as an attempt to riot and destroy Black Wall Street because you were jealous of the fact that we didn't need you. Okay? So furthermore, they actively participated in the riot by deputizing whites without discretion, arming them with guns to multiply the police force overnight. The police disregarded due process, arresting blacks and interning them in detention camps. Meanwhile, no whites were arrested during the riot. Okay? And let's see, same kinds of things that they're doing also right now. Who are they making it seem like we're the bad people right here? Let's read that. I'm going to keep on reading a little bit farther into the picture I got. Both politicians and the media falsely framed the Tulsa riot as an uprising started by lawless blacks. Wow, that sounds familiar. Sounds exactly like what you guys are doing right now. Oh, they burned that Target down. It was these lawless black people. Yeah, there we go. All right. Tulsa newspapers regularly referred to the Greenwood district as Little Africa and Niggertown. African Americans in the district were labeled bad niggers. Let's see here. Who drank booze, took dope, and ran around with guns, perhaps as a result of government official stereotyping rhetoric and the media's biased reporting. Whites and blacks interpreted the racial violence differently, just like they do today. No different. Generally, white politicians and residents perceive the black community as predisposed to crime and in need of social control. Messer explains, in other words, due to assumptions of black criminality, whites justified deadly violence on Black Wall Street because blacks needed to be subjugated. All right? No different than today. So all of a sudden now you're going to hear about, oh, they're attacking their own stuff. How do we know that? They're burning things down to the ground. How do we know that? We have people that have been lying this entire time, trying to make us as out to be criminals, and that whatever happens, we deserved it. But again, like I said, that's because there's two gods here, the God of the Gentiles and the power of the Israelites. The God of the Gentiles allows them to do these kinds of things and justify it. It's been going on for hundreds of years, and it still goes on today. Now, let's take a real quick look at what's about to happen when our power shows up. When all you people, remember now, the 70 shepherds and their associates think that they're doing things the correct way. They think they're doing things for their God. They think that their God is with them, and pretty much they can do whatever they want to us, and they're never going to have to pay. They think that living in this society and just saying, well, I was just following orders, which is exactly what you're going to hear from these police officers. Well, I didn't know, I was just taking orders. Well, that's not going to fly, because people have a conscience. Well, they should. Some people do. And they realize that what they're doing is wrong. And there's going to be hell to pay. Look at Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. And you cops, you guys think you're like the mighty man because you have your guns, you have the law behind you, you have the support of the whole society to do whatever it is that you want, and you never have to pay for it. You got people who think that they're really smart, and they put their faith in their wisdom. You got people who put their faith in their money and think that, they're doing the right thing. Yeah, you're doing the right thing for the God of this world. But when you die, you then will stand in front of the power of the Israelites, the true power of the world. And this is what he's going to say in 24. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Most High, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Most High. You guys are not exercising loving kindness. You guys do not understand the power of the Most High. You guys are killing our people and then making excuses for it. And all that stuff is going to end up, you're going to have to pay for that. Look at 25. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Everyone who has been going against the Most High's people are going to be destroyed. Very plain and simple. So in 23, you got the God of this world and the things that you guys have glorified yourselves with. In 24, you're going to see that you need to understand the true Most High. And then the only way is if the Most High calls you to understand Him. And then you learn to know about Him. And then you learn from the Most High's chosen people. Because then 25 is coming, and that's going to be destruction. So just because people thinking that they're getting away with killing our people, that was all part of the plan in Enoch and the 70 shepherds. That's why you have all these people sitting here going against all these other books. Because they know that the lies that they've been pushing will be exposed when you start to read the other books. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.